found this place driving by, so I stopped. It's going to be noisy because it's right on the highway. But you can buy your classic car here. So the owner just come out and talked to me. He's been on this lot for 50 years. Isn't that amazing? He also gave me a card and told me a little bit about the vehicles here. But what interests me is the old building that he has some of these in. There's no roof or anything. It's just the frame of a building. Let me turn around and show you because it's cool. Isn't that neat? Sorry about the road noise, but we're right on the highway and it's busy. That is cool. That is a vintage car lot building at one time. He told me this was a 67 Chevelle. It's cool. Mr. Terry said this was a reproduction here. And this one, I forgot what year he said it was, but it was low miles. Maybe a 28, since that has a 28 on it. This one only has, I believe he said 42,000 miles on it. That is sharp. But this one here is my favorite. That's a pretty car. I like the truck also. That is pretty cool. That is a Jeep truck. Isn't that cool? The Monte Carlo is my favorite on this lot. I like the Jeep truck. I like the Chevelle down there. But the Monte Carlo, that is cool. So station wagon brings back memories. When I was a kid growing up, my mom had one. We'd be going down the road in style in this thing. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was a Ford though. Oh y'all, I just figured this out. I was like, C-A-H, what in the world? And then that blue thing is an S, but I just figured it out. It's the northern slang for car instead of cars. Isn't that cute? Car. Do you want a car? Oh man, that's cute. Maybe we should get on the scales and see how much we weigh these days. I went to the Y this morning to take me a shower. They're not free, but they're pretty cheap. So I'm getting my backpack ready for the next time I take a shower. And basically what I do is just load my clothes in it that I'm going to change into. Take the dirty clothes out that I wore in. And let me find my towel. I'll be right back. And a clean towel. So my backpack is ready for the next time I take a shower. And then I just have just a Dollar General bag that has my soap and shampoo. I bought my water shoes at Goodwill the other day. They're Bass flip-flops. I use them for shower shoes. So I have my soap and shampoo and everything I need in there. just to kill some time the other day, I went to a church rummage sale, and I bought a whole case. I mean, this thing is just full of trash bags. They're the 13-gallon ones. They may be 8-gallon. I don't know. Anyway, they're perfect. They're heavy duty, they're industrial, and they came in a cardboard box, but it was wet and nasty looking, and I didn't want to put it in here, so I took it out and put it in one of my bins. But just gobs. I won't have to buy trash bags for a year. And that's the reason I like to check out rummage sales and yard sales and those kind of things. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. I've been having a hard time keeping my 𝙗𝙗 AC180 charged, and it's mainly because of I'm having to recharge my AC60 off of the 𝙗𝙗, and I only have the cigarette plug to charge with, which only brings in about 100 watts, 97 watts, something like that. So the other day, I got the bright idea because I saw another cigarette plug, the one, the 𝙗𝙗 I have plugged in the back there, but they have a cigarette plug up here at the front. So I went to the collision center that has my van to see if I could get the 12-volt plug for the AC60 out. I wasn't even able to use my laptop very much because by the time I drained the 180 into this 60, there wouldn't be much power left because it hadn't had time to charge back up from the previous use. So I went, and they told me the van was in the back, and I drove up. First thing I seen was my van all tore apart, and I was like, oh, that hurts my heart. And I teared up. But he had told me when I first dropped the van off, he didn't know if he could get those LED headlights. And I said, oh, I got to have the LED headlights now. Those just look good and they work great, and I'll hunt them down if need be, but I've got to have those LED headlights. So when I got out and I saw the van, and I teared up and I grabbed my heart and I said, oh, that hurts. He said, but look. And he opened a box, and he had the exact same LED headlights that I have. And he said, and the good thing is they come as a pair, so you have a spare now. And I was like, oh, that is great. He said that they're waiting on the bumper. And once the bumper gets there, then it'll go back together pretty fast. So I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks, 3 at the most, hopefully. In the meantime, I'm living in this beast. Some of the things I like about this beast is these cool Maine mornings, the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. That's pretty awesome. And then yesterday was an extremely hot day. We're having a heat wave here. So it got up to 90 something yesterday with heat index 97. So it was pretty warm. I pretty much just found me a shady spot, and if I got too hot, I would just crank the beast and turn the air on and the cooled seats on to cool off pretty quick. But those are the things that I like about this vehicle, is the heated seats, cooled seats, and heated steering wheel. I haven't had to use the heated part the last 2 mornings, but after this little heat wave comes through, it'll go back to being cool again, and I'll need it first thing in the morning. Not much else going on. It's just a waiting game. I'm trying to figure out what to do while I'm waiting. And it's been fine. I've been meeting Joanne for lunch every day, and that's been nice. We've been sharing meals so we can have like a buffet style. And it's been really good. And the company's been great. And between me and Joanne, we got the cooler situation figured out. Using Joanne's freezer, we have been freezing 6 bottles of water in her freezer and then put them in my cooler, and I have 6 in my cooler and swap back out into her freezer. So basically we have 12 bottles of frozen water and we're rotating them, but it's enough to keep my cooler to where I can keep milk in it and a few groceries, not a long period of time, but a few groceries at a time. I also wrap the cooler in my fuzzy blanket during the day to keep it insulated, and that has really helped a lot. At night, I just wrap it in a towel because I need my blanket to sleep with. So I am having to go to the store more often for less items, and I'm pretty sure that costs more, but you know, it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do. So thankfully we got the cooler situation worked out, and I am fairly comfortable. I can't complain. Don't do any good anyway, so might as well not complain. But yeah. Oh, one of the things I had to figure out on the Beast was I would lock up at night, get in the back, the alarm would go off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had to figure out how to disable the alarm at night before I go to bed. So if I wanted to roll the windows up or down or run the Beast for a little bit to cool it off before going to bed, I'd have to reset the alarm every single time because it defaults back. But other than that, it's been okay. Not bad at all. Y'all take care. Have a blessed week. See you later.